This is King Tyson, back with another video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing these videos, man. I'm trying to give some good advice out here mostly relationship advice, man, because I've been through it. You know what I'm saying? I'm married now. You know what I mean? So, I could give y'all some good advice. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna title this video self-reflection after a breakup. You know what I'm saying? I know sometimes, I feel like in life, we all need a therapist. You know what I'm saying? And I know sometimes, therapy costs, it's expensive. But I would say this: if y'all working on a job, man, check out your insurance, because your insurance, that's in a lot of cases with your insurance, your medical insurance, they have therapists in there and it's covered. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to pay that much you might have to pay a copay or something, but there is, for most insurances, check it out, man. They have therapy. You're covered, you know what I'm saying, in your medical insurance. But if you don't go to therapy, you could do some self-reflection in your own life. I'm recommending therapy, but if you don't go to therapy, you have to do some deep self-reflection. And how you do that is basically, after your breakup, you don't rush and you jump into the next relationship. You give yourself time to heal. You know what I'm saying? You give yourself time to, do a lot of self-reflection. You know what I'm saying? And you thinking about, what you've been through in this relationship, especially if it's a relationship that you was involved with for a long time, for some years, or, you reach a certain age where you keep falling for the same type of person in relationships, and you end up having the same results. So when you start having the same results, you got to start looking at, okay, why am I having these same results? I keep going through the same thing every time. So you got to start looking at what's causing that. Like, what is it about you that you keep attracting the same type of person, the same type of person in different people? You know what I'm saying? So you got to start looking at that. Once you figure that out, man, everything else is pretty much going to start being like dominoes. It's going to start knocking down. You're going to knock this down, then it's going to go to the next thing and knock that down, and everything's going to start being more better for you within your next relationships to come. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us have a lot of childhood trauma, and that alone affects us when we get into relationships when we get older. You know what I'm saying? Some of us experience, sexual abuse. A lot of people experience sexual abuse in the home when they were younger. That has a lot to do with the way you are when you get older. Some people experience physical abuse where the parents, the father was physical with the mother, and that's a lot that it goes into the child, either son or woman. You know what I'm saying? It makes the son see it, and psychologically he thinks, okay, this is how I'm supposed to treat a woman when I get older. Even though he see his mom cry and she's going through it, but in his mind, he might think when he gets older, hey, that's just the way how as a man's supposed to treat a woman, at a young age. You might see, you have a daughter grow up in that situation. She might feel like when she get older, that's the way a man treats a woman. You know what I'm saying? So it's a cycle, but a lot of it starts, like I said, at childhood trauma, and we have to address that childhood trauma as a beginning step of the self-reflection. Like, I can speak for myself, man. I know my mom was a single mom for a long time. You know what I'm saying? When I was growing up, you know what I'm saying? She dated, you know what I'm saying, or whatnot. But I noticed my mom, I love her to death. That's my mama. That's my right hand. You know what I'm saying? Next to my son is my right hand. You know what I'm saying? My wife. Let me take that back. But me and mama, so we grew up like brothers and sisters versus, mother and son. And my mom was like I don't take ish from nobody. You know what I'm saying? So she used to teach me like, yo, don't take ish from nobody. You know what I'm saying? I almost got like a, don't compromise. Like if they don't want it, they can't get it the way you get it, then you just bounce. You know what I'm saying? She taught me to how to treat women, but at the same time, she told me not to take no ish neither. You know what I'm saying? So, but the only thing about that is good to have that you don't take no ish, but at the same time, you got to learn how to compromise. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of single mothers, they use a tough shell because they've been hurt in the past from a man that they truly love. They've been hurt. So when they start getting out here dating, they start putting a big shell up, and they don't want to, and they be so, they might be so mean and so tight, and they don't want to give a man a chance because they feel like they've been through so much with men. And you know what I'm saying? So they don't trust men. You know what I'm saying? So, and then that becomes a lot for the new guy that's really trying to deal with the woman and be with the woman. It takes a lot that he gotta work through that and like jump through hoops and prove to show you that, hey, look, I'm here for you. I'm not trying to be like the last guys you was with. You know what I'm saying? So, that's part of self-reflecting on your past as well. You know what I'm saying? And I tell anybody, like, when I got married, you know what I'm saying, to my wife, I had to do a lot of self-reflection. I wasn't ready. We've been together for some years, but I wasn't ready. You know what I'm saying? I had stuff hanging on mentally from my ex. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a lot of, deep-rooted issues, a lot of regret, and a lot of hurt, and a lot of anger. And man, I had to do a lot of self-reflection on myself and feel like, yo, like, even though I got this, I got to let that go for me to move on, because I can't let that hold me from being happy. You know what I'm saying? I almost felt guilty for trying to move on and be happy. You know what I'm saying? Because the next person, your ex person, they done moved on. You know what I'm saying? They moved on. You still holding on to pain and guilt and anger and hurt and everything else. And your ex, man, they moved on. You know what I'm saying? So you got to learn how to let go, and you got to learn how to move on. You know what I'm saying? Like, not even gonna say let go. You got to learn how to accept accountability ability for your part. You got to learn how to listen to yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn how to take that, everything what you feel, do some self-reflecting, understand what you've been through, and take that and move on to where you say, you know what, when I get into my next relationship, I'm not going to go through that. I'm not going to allow myself to, and we all human. You're going to feel emotion. You're going to feel, and that's, whatever relationship you're going to be with. You're going to feel, you might get into an argument or something like that, but you can't, a lot of us tend to carry on baggage from the past relationships. You know what I'm saying? So we got to learn how to stop that. We can't be carrying the past relationship and bringing it on to the new relationship, because that's not fair on a new person you with. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta do that. And a lot of us do that. A lot of us carry on, I know a lot of women, you know what I'm saying, they carry on stuff from their past when they was with their kid's father, you know what I'm saying, or ex-husband or something. They carry on a lot of stuff, man. And it's like I said, it's hard for the next man to come in the door. He gotta go through all kind of stuff to try to get you to trust him. You know what I'm saying? And men is crazy because, like I said, man, men to be in love with a woman, a sweet 16-year-old. When we were 16, when we 16, the girl was 16, and that was our first love. You know what I'm saying? Or it might be a 19-year-old, your first love. Man, it'd be 60 years old, still holding on to, man, I remember, when I was 19 years old, man, so she was the one. You know what I'm saying? Men would be holding on to that and you can't fully love the woman you with that God has brought for you, because you still hanging on to something that's in the past. You know what I'm saying? So you got to let all of that go, man. You got to let all that pain and anger go. I promise y'all, when y'all do that and you take self accountability, man, it's going to be so much better, man. You can, everything is like it's a weight off your shoulders. So, I don't want to keep y'all long. I'm going to just say this, man. I promise y'all, I got to do some self-reflecting. If you want to get different results, you know what I'm saying? You got to take accountability. You got to do some self-reflecting within yourself. And you got to ask yourself these questions. Why am I still attracting the same type of people? You know what I'm saying? What is it about me that's attracting that type of person? So you gotta do some self-reflecting and see what you gotta do differently. Because certain people will prey on certain people. You know what I'm saying? Like if let me say this. If you're a person that's a kind-hearted person and you're a big giver, you got a lot of people that's takers that'll latch on to you. They see that. They'll latch on to you, you know what I'm saying? Because they want to keep taking and you're a giver. You know what I'm saying? So you got to ask yourself, well, why do I keep attracting people that's takers? So you got to start changing yourself. And you got to be like, you know what? I'm going to give to the person that's worthy of me giving to. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind, helping and assisting, but I got to give to the person that's worthy of it. You know what I'm saying? So, I had I don't even want to say that, man. But let me just say this, man. I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna make it short. Self-reflecting is almost the best therapy. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be honest with yourself. You can't fake it. You can't lie to yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can lie to everybody else, but you can't lie to yourself. You know what I'm saying? So when you be truthful with yourself and you start being honest with yourself and you start doing major self-reflection, I mean, getting away from everything, getting away from everybody, allowing yourself to heal, allowing yourself to be by yourself and learn to love yourself. When you start doing that and you start seeing, okay, what do I need to do in the next relationships? Everything will be easier because you got to know your worth. You know what I'm saying? Know your worth. That's the major thing. Know your worth. You know what I'm saying? Once you know your worth, I promise you, once you know your worth and you know that you are better than the treatment you've been getting from, your past relationships, everything will be all right. You know what I'm saying? But look, this is King Tyson. This my current video. You know what I'm saying? Self-reflection is the best therapy. So y'all check me out on my other videos. I'm gonna make some new ones. I'm gonna try to be more current, y'all. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's King Tyson. I'm out.